Greetings, IndyCar enjoyers, and this is the final race of the 2025 IndyCar Series season. Pato O'Ward is on pole at the Music City Grand Prix, but anyways, Scott Borchetta would be the one to give off the command to start their engines, and the 2025 IndyCar Series finale would begin with Pato O'Ward jumping to the lead. And the first caution just came out as Christian Rasmussen crashes out early. Talk about going from a win to a DNF, dang. I really feel bad for him crashing out when the race just got started. Also, Felix Rosenqvist might get penalized for jumping a start. Oh no, not the Metallica car. Yeah, that car that he has is an awesome car, and I would definitely get a diecast of it. A shame that it's not going to finish in the top 5, but anyways. The race restarts with Pato O'Ward continuing to lead. Holy crapper! Scotty back goes 4 wide and jumps ahead to third. And then all of a sudden, Palou is battling O'Ward for the lead. Good lord, I can't keep up. Yeah, there's so much going on that I literally cannot keep up. It's how fast Indy cars are on ovals sometimes, and pretty much any track. Yeah, it's definitely stays true to being one of the fastest racing series ever. And as Fox said, fastest racing on Earth, although that's debatable. Palou and O'Ward continue to go at it. Ferrucci gets past Herta for 6. On lap 32, O'Ward continues to lead. Connor Daly has moved up to 15th. As expected, O'Ward starts getting caught up in lap traffic. Rare for Palou, he struggles to get past lap traffic, unlike O'Ward. Palou eventually manages to get past lap traffic and is starting to cut away O'Ward's lead gap. Dixon falls back to 8th after getting overtaken by Ferrucci and Newgarden. And Palou just blew a tire. Hopefully he'll bounce back. O'Ward is next to come down to pit road, and several more also join in. Also, Palou had to come down to pit road to get his tires changed, as expected. Even more drivers come down to pit road. Holy crapper! Pit road sure is busy. Holy crapper! Palou gets past Scotty back for 3rd. O'Ward also got past Malukas and is back in the lead. Louis Foster wrecks out David Malukas and causes the next caution. You done messed up, man. You don't mess with one of my favorite YouTube racers. The good news is that this will give Palou a chance to pass O'Ward. Several drivers come down to pit road during the caution. Scotty Back wins the race off pit road. Ferrucci also has a bad pit stop. What a big surprise, am I right? Anyway, more drivers pit in under caution. Rossi has another bad pit stop. Also, Ferrucci gets penalized for improper pit procedure, and Foster also gets penalized. Could this get any worse? But anyways, the caution ends with O'Ward continuing to lead while Palou battles Scotty back for 2nd. Herta gets past Palou for 3rd and then gets past Scotty back for 2nd. Palou isn't slowing down. Power gets past Palou for 3rd. Dang it! He then gets past Herta for 2nd. Lundgaard has issues with his car and might be out of the race. Ah crap, O'Ward got in the wall and causes the next caution. Now this caution really bites. He might be out of the race. Yeah, like the caution bites because O'Ward was such a dominant race car driver and then had to crash into the wall. Pretty bad, isn't it? Several drivers come down to pit road during caution. Will Power has issues on pit road. Now, this is unfortunate. Colton Herta gets penalized for an unsafe release. As expected, Lundgaard is out of the race. But anyways, yeah, 2 McLaren drivers have DNF'd in this race. But anyways, the race restarts with Rossi leading and Palou starts falling behind while Daly moves up to 5th. Rossi and Newgarden battle for the lead. Newgarden gets past Rossi for the lead. Daly just jumped up to 4th while Rossi makes his pit stop. Newgarden gets caught up in lap traffic. Palou comes down to pit road to make his final pit stop of the day. Newgarden is next to come down to pit road and Armstrong joins in alongside him. Next to join in are Scotty Mack and Schwartzman. Daly stays out until he pits in with 35 to go. Herta is next to make his final pit stop. Palou is being held up by Nolan Siegel, and because of that, Scotty Back takes the lead. Scotty Back goes into the wall and causes another caution. Oh crap, like, this is misfortune for the leaders. Like, first it was Ward, then it was Scotty Mack. Jeez. Several drivers come down to pit road, but the top three stay out. The caution ends with Newgarden continuing to lead. And then Palou jumps up to second. Holy crapper! Simpson is in third, and Schwartzman gets penalized for blocking Ferrucci. Dang it! Yeah, I wanted him to win Rookie of the Year, by the way, because he got an Indianapolis pole, and any Indianapolis pole driver gets Rookie of the Year honors to me. On the final lap, Palou tries his best to pass Newgarden, but Newgarden still manages to hold off Palou for his first hometown victory. Needless to say, the final IndyCar race of 2025 was also one of the most exciting. And while Palou didn't win, he still won the championship. It gets a 9 out of 10. It just goes to show how IndyCar is best at ovals. Although, yeah, I've been reading on the Markham posts on Instagram, and some people want more ovals, but the problem here is that Canada doesn't have many ovals. Yeah, I'm gonna have to basically discuss this in another video. But anyways, here's some bonus content for you.